Hello and welcome to the first day of Tome Topple. I'm at my parents' house right now, which is why I have my puppy here. This is one of two dogs. It's also why I'm talking very, very quietly. My parents are asleep, so I am trying to be very quiet. But it's Tome Topple. I think it's round 13, round 12, I don't remember. So I'm not actually starting Tome Topple yet. I'm going to start it tomorrow probably. I'm in the middle of a book that I didn't get a chance to finish before Tome Topple started, so I'm going to finish that right now, and then in the morning I'm going to start something else. Yeah, I didn't make a TBR video for this. I wasn't really planning on doing it, but I kind of chose last minute to just do it anyways. So here we are. So I don't really have like a set TBR. I'm just going to kind of do whatever I feel like. But since I'm not home for the weekend, my first book will have to be either an ebook or an audiobook. And I'm thinking I'm going to start reading On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. I can't think of what it's about right now, but I think it's a sci-fi and it's very gay, so I think I'll like it. But I'm not really sure what else I'm planning on reading for Tome Topple, but I will update you guys as I go along. But yeah, just wanted to drop in real quick and just give a little intro. I don't really want to film too much right now because my parents don't know that I do YouTube and I don't really want them to find out. So I'm gonna probably cut this short here, and I might update some more while I'm here, but probably not. We'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna just cut that there. I was really just here to say happy day one of Tome Topple, and that's about it. So this is really awkward trying to just talk so quietly so my parents don't hear me talking to myself in my room. But anyways, I'm going to finish that book right now and then start my first tome tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys then. Bye. Hello. First of all, ignore all of this. I'm literally just getting out of bed and my roommate's in the shower, so I couldn't go like brush my hair or anything, so I'm a mess. It's fine. But whatever. It's the 16th right now. I just finished On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. I didn't update while I was reading it because, like, honestly, I didn't have that much to update with. This book I'm giving 3.5 stars. I liked it, but it wasn't great. Like, in terms of plot and characters, nothing stood out to me at all. It wasn't really great in terms of that. I really didn't have any attachment to any of the characters. I liked Elle, surprising no one. I liked the non-binary character the best, but everybody else I just didn't really care about at all, to be honest. And the plot was just kind of whatever for me. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't really good either. Like, with the plot, I found it to be really weird when I thought about it. Like, she's traveling across the entire universe to this, like, forbidden, illegal place to go find a girl who she dated for, like, a year 5 years ago when she was 14. What? Like, that's strange, a little bit stalkerish, but, you know, do you, I guess. It was weird. It was very weird in terms of the plot. However, the world. Wow. Oh my god. The world is amazing. The world and the art. The art is absolutely stunning. Just like visually, this book was incredible. If I was reading it just based off of the art and the world, it would have been 5 stars, like no questions about it. I would gladly read an entire series just talking about this world and exploring it more. Like, I want to know everything about, like, the staircase, like what is going on there. They have weird magical creatures. What? Like, it's so cool, but just like the rest of the world in general, like their spaceships are fish. What? I love it. It's so good. So that aspect was absolutely incredible. That's why I got a higher rating. If it wasn't for the world and the art, I would have given this book maybe a 2 or 2.5 star, but the visuals just really saved it for this one. Oh my god, it was incredible. This is without a doubt one of my favorite worlds ever. This world will probably stick with me for a long time. I think it'll just kind of be one of those worlds that I think about when I'm daydreaming. I'm not sure if that's just a me thing, but like when I daydream, I'm usually visiting a bookish world. That's where I go. I like imagine a life for myself in these worlds that I read about. And this one I will definitely be doing that for, because it was stunning. I did like the found family aspect of this as well. That was really cute, but like I'm always a sucker for a found family, so that's no surprise there. I just wish that the characters were more interesting, not the right word, but just more compelling, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was about them that I didn't really enjoy. And again, I didn't dislike the characters or the plot. It just didn't capture me, you know? I don't know why, but anyways, yeah, so 3.5 stars for that one. I really wish that I liked it more. This has an insanely good rating on Goodreads. It's like a 4.25 overall rating, which is nuts. And like every single person who I am friends with on Goodreads loved this book. I think there were like 10 people who I know has read this book. 8 of them gave it 5 stars and 2 of them was like 4 stars. So like everyone who I know who's read this book has loved it, just absolutely loved it to death. And then there's me, and I'm like, it was just okay. So not sure what's up with that, but whatever. You can't love everything, right? Yeah, so that's it on that. So next up for Tome Topple, I'm going to pick up Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. This is the book 3 in the Diviner series, and I don't really know what it's about. I think it's an asylum. Yeah, something to do with ghosts in an asylum, which sounds creepy as hell, and I'm so here for it. But since we're approaching spooky season, I thought it would be a good time to pick up a spookier book. So here we go. I was going to pick up Chain of Gold, but I'm feeling spooky these days, so I'm gonna do this one instead, and I can't wait for it. I did read. Where am I? I think I've read like the first couple of chapters. I'm on page 16, and so far so good. That like the opening scene of these books always is so fucking scary, and I love it, and this one did not disappoint. Wow, that like opening scene was so good. It was so spooky. So already having a really good time with this book. I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish it before the end of Tome Topple, which I think ends in just a few days. It took me way too long to read on a Sunbeam. It should not have taken me that long, given that it's a graphic novel, but whatever. So this one I'm gonna try and fly through and hopefully finish in time for Tome Topple, which really only gives me a few days, because tomorrow I'm going to Toronto to hang out with a friend all day. So that'll give me like 5 hours of bus time to read, so that's good. So I'll probably get through a good chunk of this one tomorrow, and then I should be able to finish the rest in the next few days and actually have it done in time for Tome Topple, so that's really good. But anyways, I am going to leave that there for now, and I will update you guys later. I'm going to try to actually update while I'm reading this book instead of just like doing a review of it when I finish it, but whatever. If I do, I do. If I don't, then whatever. But yeah, so I will catch you guys shortly. Bye. So new location, my roommate and I have at long last purchased a couch. So we now actually have a functioning living room. That's exciting. So I'm in here today, but it is Wednesday, I think, the 19th. So I have like 2 more days of Tome Topple, and I gotta hurry the hell up. So I'm still making progress on Before the Devil Breaks You. I'm on page 271. So I'm about halfway through now. I'm like right there. So getting somewhere. That's really good. It's really picking up right now, which, like, considering that I'm only halfway through, I'm kind of worried for the climax because, like, if it's this spooky right now, what's it going to be later on during the actual climax of the book? But shit's getting real. Things are happening. They're currently, like, actually at the asylum and, like, shit's happening. And I'm afraid for them. Which reminds me, I don't think I actually talked about what this book is about. It's the third book in the Diviners series. And in this one, a lot of it's happening at an asylum. There's a bunch of patients who may or may not be diviners. But regardless, all of them are, like, hearing the voices of the dead in their head. And they're, like, telling them what to do, and the ghosts are able to, like, possess them and make them do things, including murder. The nurses as well. The nurses are also being possessed by these ghosts as well, and, like, murdering people. So, you know, things are messy, but really good so far. This one, I think I like it better than the second one. The first book is definitely my least favorite. The second one was really good. And this one, so far, it might be in the running to be my favorite Diviners book so far. It's really good. It's exactly the kind of scary that I want right now. Like, I really want a good ghost story, you know? Like, the last one felt more pandemic-like, so, which, you know, was still really good. But this is more what I want right now, and more of, like, what I want from this series. So I'm really enjoying this one. It's so freaking good, and I need to hurry the hell up and finish it in the next 2 days. Because Tome Topple is ending on Friday, I think. So I have to read like a bit less than 300 pages in the next 2 days. So wish me luck. I will keep you guys posted with more thoughts as I go along. Maybe. I'm bad at actually updating my vlogs, but whatever. If I update, I update. If not, I don't. So bye. Hello, so it is the last day of Tome Topple and I am rushing to finish before the devil breaks you. I'm on page 478, so I'm almost done. And honestly, I'm not really feeling it in like the last half or so. It's gotten kind of boring. It's pretty much just feels like a sad Ghostbusters set in the 20s. Like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it right now. Like, I don't dislike it, but like it definitely wasn't what I was hoping it would be, and it kind of just like fizzled out towards the end here. It's also gotten like weirdly sexual. Like, I don't need this. I came here for the ghosts and to be scared. I didn't really want to be reading about a bunch of people having sex, to be honest. Oh, the sun is starting. Hang on. Location change. 1 second. Yeah, so it's gotten like weirdly sexual. Like, I really didn't sign up for this. I don't mind romance and stuff in books, like it doesn't bother me usually, but like this book specifically seems to be just getting overboard with the romance aspects, and like everyone's just having sex and like thinking about sex, and like it's weirdly graphic too, considering that it's like a YA novel. So like, not disliking this, but I'm also not really enjoying it at this point in time. Not super into it right now. I'm just really hoping that the romances get figured out like sooner rather than later, because they're really just not my thing. I don't care about the romances whatsoever. I care about Theta and Memphis, but that's really it. Like, I don't really care about anybody else in terms of the romance. Like, I do love Sam as a character. Sam is probably my favorite character. Him and Memphis are probably my favorite characters, but I don't give a shit about his romance or this love triangle. I'm like, I don't care. It's just boring to me. And you know, I would much rather be reading about some like spooky ghosts rather than Sam like licking Evie's finger and calling himself a naughty boy. Like, what? That is an actual line that I just read. Like, why? Why is that in here? Why do I need this? I don't. I just want the ghosts. Give me the ghosts. Give me more Memphis being a cool ass writer. Give me more snarky asshole Sam who's secretly a soft boy inside. You know, like that's what I'm here for. I really don't care for the romances, and it's getting so romance heavy, and I'm just like, ugh, it's exhausting. I don't like it. Also, the whole thing with like Jericho and Evie there, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who like haven't read it, but like, what the fuck? Why is that not being addressed more? I feel like they just kind of glazed over it and then we forgot about it. If you've read it, then you know what I'm talking about. But like, that should be discussed. Like, Evie, are you okay? Like, emotionally? yeah, I'm not okay with that. I liked Jericho beforehand, but I'm also now very nervous for the last book because like that's still kind of a love triangle, you know? And I'm like, if she does end up with Jericho, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because like that's not an okay thing. I do have a feeling that I know where it's gonna go, mainly because like if Jericho and Evie did happen in the next book, I think I would have heard about it because there should have been some like bookternet rioting. Yeah, so yikes. And the whole like ghost hunting thing and setting up a hotline for people to call in their ghost sightings, like what is happening here? What is going on? Is this just like third book syndrome, you know, where like the third book in every series is always the worst one? Cause like that's what's happening here. And I'm so sad because I was loving it at first. At first it was just exactly what I wanted to read and I was really vibing with it. I was having a good time and then it just like completely flatlined. And I'm sad. But whatever. I'm almost done, so I'm gonna finish it up probably in the next hour or so. I just got home from work, so I'm gonna make some dinner. But I will finish it after I eat and I'll let you guys know what I think. It's probably not going to be a very high rating though. I'm thinking it'll probably be like a 3-star right now. Just maybe, yeah, three sounds about right. Maybe the ending will surprise me and I'll give it like a 3.5, but I can't see it being more than a 3.5 to be honest. Sorry about it. Okay, bye. Okay, and that wraps up my second ever round of Tome Topple. I have just finished Before the Devil Breaks You, and I didn't love it, to be honest. As we saw in the last clip, yeah, it just wasn't great. The ending, meh. That's about it. It's just a very meh kind of book. Especially Mabel. Why was she here? Like, literally, what was the point of Mabel's entire character in this, like, not just this book, but this whole series in general? Why was she here? I don't, like, she didn't contribute anything at all. She was doing her own completely separate thing that had nothing to do with the diviners or ghosts, really. I feel like I could have skipped every single part that she was in and not missed anything. So yeah. Yeah, I'm sad about it. I haven't put it through Compile yet, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be about a 3-star, maybe even a 2.5, but like 3 feels good because like there were parts here that I liked. Like I love Henry, I love Sam, I love Memphis and Theta, and Ling. I adore Ling. So like I like the character. I also love Isaiah. Isaiah is so sweet. I want him to be happy forever. So like I like the characters. Also Evie grew on me a lot. I was just talking to my roommate for a while. I'm like, Evie has really grown on me. Oops. I really hated Evie in the first 2 books. Like I still don't like her now. But I don't dislike her anymore. Like she just grew on me, you know? She's still annoying, she's still self-centered and egotistical and all that bullshit that I can't stand. But in a way where I'm like, I want her to be happy. I want to protect her. And if anyone ever said anything bad about Evie, I would fight them. Even though I say bad things about Evie all the time. But like, I can do it, but nobody else can. Which doesn't make any sense, but like, whatever. But yeah, so like 3 stars for this one. I'm not hopeful for the next book. I want to be hopeful for it because I loved book 2. But this one kind of made me be like apprehensive for where book 4 is going to go, you know? I'll probably save that one for the next round of Tome Topple, which I think is going to be in November, around there, if I can think of it properly. But yeah, so that's that on that. I'm not mad about this book, but I'm also not happy about it either. You know what I mean? One of those books. I also just felt like that this book was kind of all over the place, you know, like there were just so many like random plot points that like it made sense to the rest of the plot, but like, it didn't really feel necessary, you know, like I feel like this book really could have been edited down and it wouldn't have lost anything. Like the whole random Ghostbusters bullshit in the middle there, like why was that there? Also, the asylum wasn't a big part of it, even though the blurb is kind of like that's going to be a big part of it, but it's really not. The actual asylum stuff is kind of done by like about halfway through, and then they don't talk about it at all afterwards. So I'm
it's weird. This book was very all over the place. It was just everywhere all at once. I think it was just trying to do too many things. Usually the problem that I have with books is that they're not long enough. Like normally I'm like, hey, like yeah, that was good, but things needed to be fleshed out more. But this one I'm like, too much was happening here. Cut it back a lot. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Again, not mad at it. Didn't like it either. I really hope I like the fourth book. But like so far, my thoughts on the Diviners series is that book 1 wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Book 2, fantastic. Book 3, better than book 1, but a significant step back from book 2. Like a lot. So, but like, you know, it's the third book in a series. The third book in a series always sucks for some reason. This one is no exception. What is wrong with me? I need to go to bed. It's like 5 minutes to midnight and I'm just like half asleep here. But yeah. So that's it on that. I'm gonna actually go to bed now. So that concludes this round of Tome Topple. I'm very glad that I actually did it. I finished 2 books. I don't actually know which prompts I did. I didn't really pay attention to the prompts this time around. If I actually managed to complete any, I'll like leave a graphic right here to be like, these are the ones that I did. But if not, then I won't. But regardless, I finished 2 books. I think they were both around like 550 pages ish, which means I read about 1,100 pages, give or take. I don't know. I didn't really keep track, to be honest, of all that, but not bad. Two 3-star reads. The one was 3.5, but like, you know, whatever. Not bad. That's pretty good. And I finally have these books off of my TBR that I've been too scared to read them, so that's always good. And I made progress on the series because I'm so fucking bad for that, where I start a series and I never finish it. So I'm glad that Tome Topple is making me read these books, because I actually read Layer of Dreams for Tome Topple last round, if anyone remembers that far back. But anyways, I will wrap that up there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. If you did Tome Topple, let me know in the comments which books you read and what you thought of them, or if you read either of the books that I mentioned in this video, then let me know. Let's chat about it. I love chatting about books, so please drop me a comment. But otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!